Okay, just to carry on where we left off, PC Caravan here, and subject, as usual, is PC Caravan suffered from computer abuse in the past. The reason I call it computer abuse is because it's basically what they call cybercrime abuse that I suffered from a so-called friend, which had two or three guys help them. One of them today I know is what calls him, was known as a computer whiz kid. The other one is I would call a user, and the other one is a programmer of a certain website belonging to a certain organisation that if I had pushed it further it'll probably been through out today. But how did I get help? First of all, I had to prove to myself that it was definitely him that was doing it. So I spoke to my brother and we got a program from England sent to me. I was instructed how to use it, and I typed in the IP address that was targeting my system on a regular basis. Lucky for me, as I know today, it wasn't a proxy IP he was using. Probably would have found out where the proxy come from eventually by doing a bit of research on the knowledge I have today. I'll probably be able to do a bit of reverse on it and etc. Also, I would know the different types of proxy IPs because I've learned them over the years. But to cut a long story short, I had to prove it was him, so the IP address that I had that was targeting me, I put it into the program. I had no choice using the program, which now I know years later it was illegal, but I had no choice to use it. I had to stop this guy some way or another. So I typed it in and I hit the button and the computer is dead. At the time we were getting central heating in the state where we lived, and I waited, and about a day later he come over to me real cocky, had a big smile on his face. "Are you still cleaning computers?" I says, "Why, what's wrong?" Because I had the box clever. He says, "Somebody from England hit me with a DOS attack and it's wrecked my hard drive and I can't get it fixed." So I decided to fix it because I wanted to find out what computer he was using, which had ended up it was his son's, which is right because he didn't want to use his own computer, using his son's computer in the spare room. When I also found out later on, even though he was a programmer, that he didn't know how to network computers. So friends, these people taught me the hard way, but I learnt the hard way too. I gained a lot of knowledge in it, so I gained something, suppose, in the end of the day. Now I'm still learning. There's no computer 100% secure. There's always somebody smarter than ourselves, and there's always a way of gaining access through technology into a computer. But I believe if you take and you understand how your computer works, and you take a certain amount of precaution, you can protect your computer to a certain extent. I found the FBI website on the internet and I sent them all the details and database I could gather for a period of 3 months, and I posted it to them by reporting it to the cybercrime website. I was starting to give up hope until I received a phone call from the internet service provider who I was with. So this was actually a wide scale thing. This guy had known a couple of guys, I believe, that worked for the internet service provider I was with, and obviously he had been getting them to help him too. That's my understanding. And this chap says to me, "I'm Mr. So-and-so, the new manager of this particular internet company. You contact the FBI." I said to him I didn't have to give him that information, but why was he asking? He said that he was a new manager, he just took over, and he had to get rid of 3 employees who were with him a long time. If it is true on what he's saying, obviously then I've come out better at the end of the day. I'll be at 6 of them instead of 3. So he asked me if I still wanted to stay with him, and I said no. I was moving because I was unhappy. Now, if I had knew as much now as what I would have knew then, I could have taken legal action. I still have the information saved today, and if I am able to take legal action, if someone out there is a lawyer or a barrister and I do have the database that was sent to me by the FBI to keep for future references. Do I still have a case? I don't know. If you are a lawyer or a barrister and you do think I have a case, please let me know, because I do think, and I do honestly believe, I would take this forward to basically teach these guys a lesson which might help other people. Whether it's too late now, I'm not too sure what way the law works on it. But what had happened, guys and friends, ladies and gentlemen, what had happened is the FBI had checked the database out that I had sent them. Obviously they'd seen a pattern, because I also reported the port numbers, the times, what Trojan they were using, because I was using a program to gather intelligence and information. It is a hard thing to win, and it is very hard to prove that someone's hacking your computer, because obviously spyware can turn your firewalls off now and etc. So I'd like to say thank you to Steve Gibson from GRC website, because Steve, I wrote to you on a number of occasions. My writing wasn't the best at the time, I was under a lot of stress, but I do honestly believe that you'd read it, because for some reason or another the podcast has just seemed to start a short while after it, and every podcast you've done up to now is exactly what I've been asking. So thank you, sir, for learning me and helping me. Leo Laporte is another guy who spends many an hour teaching on, not the word teaching, doing computer tech and stuff like that there. And I do pop in from time to time because I do listen and learn. When I'm not in Leo's room, I'm actually downloading his podcasts and listening to his podcasts. Friends, if you have a problem with your computer and you do have a virus, because I have come a long way, don't panic. That's the first thing. If your computer's going slow, it can be a number of reasons. It could be a hard drive's too full, you haven't enough memory, you could have a corrupted registry settings or system, you could have spyware or virus or anything on your computer. Don't always think you're being hacked, friends. It's just a lot of hard evidence I was able to get to, otherwise it would have been harder for me to prove. Can I stop a hacker getting into my computer today? I'm not 100% sure, but I've done my best. I've done my best in the understanding of what's coming out in and out of the computer. There's no program today will stop any hacker. I don't believe this guy would be classed by hackers as a hacker. I believe he would have been classed as a script killer, although he probably thinks he's a hacker. Because hackers, my understanding of hackers aren't stupid to use their own internet protocol IPs. They normally hide behind one or use other methods. I did register as a hacker, but I don't hack computers. I registered because at that time I had to find out and understand how hackers worked. If that was the case, he was. I understand today, I don't believe he was a hacker, but he was getting help from quite a lot of knowledgeable people. I believe this all started over the IP address that I happened to catch maliciously by accident, because he had slipped up, because he was trying me as a guinea pig. God knows how many computers he's gone into. He has moved house to 49, Northern Ireland. He's probably boasting and gloating about it, thinking he's got away with it. Maybe someday he'll slip up and somebody that will be a wee bit smarter than what I was at the beginning in '85, maybe somebody he'll try, and they'll be able to maybe stop him permanently. It is illegal to hack a computer. It is a jailable offence. People can store information on your computer without your knowledge. They can use your computer to attack another computer. So friends, PC Careman. I am on blog TV as PC Careman. I broadcast on a Sunday from 5 o'clock to 7 UK time. Feel free to pop in. If you're into computers and you're at it for a few years, please feel free to pop in. What we do, friends, is talk about different subjects in the hoping that someone will watch the video and pick some sort of good information.